Hello and welcome. And what I want to do is I want to take a few minutes and walk you through one of our favorite, absolutely favorite products here at JJ Fast. And what this is really Jay stumbled across this quite a while ago, back in 2011, and he's pretty much been chugging along with it ever since. But the nice part about that is it really doesn't require too much, if any, interaction from him on a day-to-day business. He has a little maintenance to do here and there, and he can create some new products and do things like that. But from a 30,000 foot view, he really doesn't have to do a lot of effort once he sets up the initial gig and once he sets up the initial project. And so what we're looking at here is Fiverr. And so we wanted to share with you this website, and then also a case study of Jay's as to how he's made a good amount of money off of Fiverr and done it in a pretty easy way and a pretty autopilot way. And that's really one of our favorite things about this is it can, once you set it up, it can pretty much run on autopilot. So like I said, Jay created this in 2011, and he's been doing it ever since. And so if you've never heard about Fiverr, what Fiverr is it's a place where you can go, and you can probably see this right here, where you can hire people to do things for you. So here we can do creative writing, we can have a little voiceover, we can do some amazing illustrations. It's really a great place. I use it every chance I get. So does the team at JJ Fast. We use this as often as we possibly can because we find really good people on here, and it's very inexpensive to have tasks done for you. You'll draw or illustrate your character. You can paint the landscape you want, turn any photo into a unique drawing. So there are a lot of great sellers on here that will do small tasks for you, and that's really what it's designed to do. Is you set something up, and Fiverr calls it a gig or a job. And so you set this up and you charge $5, and then there's ways to upsell, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But as far as Fiverr goes, it's a great marketplace. It's a name that a lot of people know, and you can get a lot of work done on Fiverr. But for our intents and purposes here, what we wanted to do is we didn't want to do something like this. We didn't want to have to spend the time to do a children book illustration or turn a photo into a unique drawing or any of the hundreds of thousands of other tasks that are on Fiverr. What we wanted to do is we wanted to create something that didn't require a lot of user interaction. And that's exactly what we came up with. We came up with this system that's automatic. And I'll walk you through every single step of the process. It's easy to set this up, and I'm going to walk you through. You're going to watch over my shoulder, my screen here, as I walk you through this entire process. The really nice part about Fiverr is, you'll notice everything is $5. They do have an upsell system in here, but Fiverr takes care of all the payment processing for you. So you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to use PayPal, and you don't have to do it yourself, which is the really, really nice part about it. Now you can do withdrawals via PayPal, or you can even have it go straight into your bank account. A lot of people will do PayPal anyway, but the nice part about Fiverr is it'll take care of that processing for you. And one of the really nice things, since we use this so much at JJ Fast, we can actually use this system to fund other endeavors. So it's a great way to put money back into the business. So we're not having to, spend money out of the bank account to have, illustrations done for us or anything like that. You can use the money in this account that this gig generates for you to have other stuff done for other endeavors, or of course you can always use it to fund this one, as well as having it make money itself. And Fiverr offers a great way to upsell products. Let's take a look at this gig right here, and if they don't have an upsell, they are in trouble. And see, of course, right here we have gig extras, and these are upsells. So you'll notice that it starts at $5, and then you'll notice you have all these different upsells. So they can do it extra fast, and it'll charge $40 to do it extra fast. You can do coloring of a background or multiple colors for $20, and then of course it adds days on there as well. But if you want this order delivered, you can upgrade to the fast. So you'll notice how these upsells work. They're very easy, and you'll notice how whenever I hover over the order now button, it's going to give me all those options right here. So I can tick this box and it's automatically going to add that to my order. So very, very easy. It's a very, very easy way to create an upsell, and Fiverr offers this all for you built in. Fiverr, really all you have to do is put your text in here, your profile information, and images. There's also a video option, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Jay created a video for us. But Fiverr offers a great way to upsell in a very, very easy manner to do so. We'll take a look at that a little bit later in this series. And for those upsells, you can always use ClickBank products, which we've used in the past, or really any products that you want to upsell. Now, before we dig in here, I want to take a second and make something very clear. This is not a regular Fiverr selling process, which means physically doing something X, Y, and Z, whatever it happens to be, for money in return, for $5 in return. What makes this system different is that Jay's Gig Delivery is not a service, but it's a how-to information product that is delivered just by uploading a simple PDF. Now, this can be part of an information product. Maybe it's something you've already created. Maybe you're even already selling it as a larger information product. But it is for example, it could be a nonfiction how-to Kindle book, PLR materials, or whatever you have already created. All of Jay's gigs are delivered from a single information product that is chopped up and now offered as individual Fiverr gigs. So that's a little introduction into this Fiverr factory system, as we're calling it. And again, it's an automated process, and it is very easy, very simple. And I'm going to walk you through every step of the process. So in the next video, what we're going to take a look at is we're going to look at setting up your Fiverr account. And this goes for creating gigs as well as buying gigs and have other people doing the work for you. And we'll talk about both sides of that spectrum a little bit later on, actually in the third video, whenever we do the quick tour of the Fiverr interface. So I'll see you in the next video, and we're going to set up our account. All right, hello and welcome back. In this advanced video, what I want to show you is how to find niches inside of Fiverr. And just like any other niche research, what works somewhere may or may not work somewhere else. Amazon has been very good to us. It's a good niche for us. It's worked very well on Amazon, off of Amazon, Fiverr, a whole bunch of different places. It's worked very, very well for us. And I think part of that is because it is such a wide range of options. You can publish just about any book on Amazon, and just like that, you can publish just about any information article on Fiverr. So you want to do some research whenever you're starting your Fiverr gigs. Now, you can, of course, do something that's good for you, that you're used to doing, that can be very, very powerful for you. So by doing something that you know can be very, very powerful for you because you're already an expert in that field. But you don't have to do that. You can search and find things that you aren't an expert in, and eventually you will become an expert if you learn enough. So there's not really any perfect way to do research inside of Fiverr. It's not really set up for that. But we found a couple of behind-the-scenes things you can do to find good niches on Fiverr here. And really being able to find these niches on Fiverr, these hot niches, is going to make or break you on Fiverr. You know, $5 isn't a whole bunch of money, but if you make one sale a day, then it can make some serious difference in your life and your business. And to be honest, we don't really know what sells on Fiverr, whether it be what sold on Fiverr a month ago, what sold on Fiverr a year ago, what sells on Fiverr right now. There's not one end-all be-all answer. And the biggest reason for that is because it's such a wide array of different topics, different people, and different products. I mean, that's kind of just part of it. So you're going to have to do your own research, and it's going to be trial and error. There's really not a good way to tell you exactly, okay, this niche is good on Fiverr, and it's going to be good forever. I mean, that's not really the case. You want to look for evergreen niches, but to a certain extent, you're going to have to do your own research there. So one of the easiest ways to do research, and especially with what we're doing, is to do a how-to. So what I did is I just came up here to this top and I just searched how-to, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of different types of results. In fact, I get 1,100 results in all these different categories, and you can narrow this down if you want. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at this high level of products, and it's going to be a whole bunch of different types of products. So what by default it's going to show recommended, and recommended is their kind of algorithm for whatever you've looked at, whatever you used before, all that kind of stuff. So what I want to do is I want to do high rating, and what high rating says to me is that they've had a lot of sales because they have a high rating. Now you want to look and make sure some of these, like this SEO plan right here, you want to make sure that he doesn't have 3 reviews, which it turns out he doesn't. He has 3,300 reviews, and they're at 5 stars. So I would have to say that this right here is a very, very good niche on Fiverr. It's selling a lot for this guy, and if it's selling a lot for this guy, then you can take the product and make it a little bit better, tweak it in some way, and even if you get half of these buyers. Hello and welcome back. In this video, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about finding underground niches for using on Fiverr. In the previous video, we took a look at how to find niches that are popular on Fiverr that are already selling, which is very, very powerful. But if you can find a niche before it gets to Fiverr, it can be very, very powerful. In fact, more powerful because the competition is going to be significantly less. Now, finding these niches typically takes a little bit more effort, and that's why I wanted to break this down for you and show you how we go about finding niches. And one of the first places we go is ClickBank.com. And what ClickBank is it is a affiliate site. Essentially, you promote products. You find products on ClickBank to promote. You promote them, and then you get a percentage of every sale that happens from your clicks. So very, very powerful, kind of a giant affiliate program. And they have all sorts of categories over here on the side. So pick one that you're interested in. And I mean, you can get lost in these categories over here on the side, just drilling down and finding good products. The second place that we recommend, and these two go hand in hand, this is a CB engine or ClickBank engine, and what it does is it kind of populates ClickBank into this and gives you, the homepage is great because it gives you products that they highly recommend promoting. They're good products right now, they're selling a lot, and they're probably relatively easy to sell. And so some of these are going to be evergreen, some of these are going to be up and coming niches that could eventually be evergreen, or it could just mean that there's no competition in these niches at all. So CB engine is very, very powerful, and actually one of our favorites is top new things to get your ex back with. Very, very powerful. There's actually, I was doing some research on this earlier on actually the next one, Google keywords, and there are a ton of searches on how to get my ex back. And so what Google AdWords does is it's essentially preparing you to take an ad out in Google, so it gives you an idea of all the searches that are happening. So with this search phrase, get the ex back, there are an average of let's see, 255,000 searches, and they go anywhere from 328 back around to
228, somewhere in that. So they stay pretty consistent for the past year. This is the past year it's showing. And then you can also see your ad group. So how do I get back with my ex, my girlfriend, way to get, can I get back? Can you get your ex-boyfriend back? Yada, yada, yada. And this can be a very, very powerful tool for gauging the amount of competition that's out there. And one of the best ways to do that, one is to see how many searches there are for it, and then two, look at these and see the competition level. Google does all the hard work for you, and if I were you, I would highly recommend this niche because there are a ton of searches on Google, and of course Fiverr loves to be on Google, as does everyone. But these are low competition with a ton of searches. The other place that is in Google that you can do the same type of thing is I did a Google Trends search for ex-girlfriend. What we're looking for here is from the beginning of time, as Google says it, it's actually the beginning of Google time, not the beginning of actual time. But this shows you all of the searches, the interest over time in percentage of the search term that you're inputting here. So it kind of spiked in July 2006. You got to wonder what happened then. But the engagement is relatively low, I would say 6%, still not at the bottom. But it shows you since the beginning of time, which Google started calculating in 2004, the interest over time of this search term. So that's another good way to find good niches and also to test. I use AdWords and Trends to test niches to see if there's any interest out there. Another great place to go and find is the Amazon bestseller store, and I just went to Amazon here and then clicked on the right. There's Best Buy